Peace to the fam, Ashe. Babalu I Nu Shabazz Allah, coming to you again as the Black Rose Nation. Dr. Carbon, the Medicine Man. And what we're bringing you this time is what we should do has already been done. So what we need to do is continue with the best that was left to us. This year we're bringing the Black Manifesto from 1969, which was organized in Detroit, spread out through the MAAFA. This was brought together by our heroic brothers, sisters, fathers, teachers, mothers, neighbors, friends, aunts, uncles, cousins. Their heroic contributions, what were they? They were the direct action. It was their mentorship. It was their planning. It was their entrepreneurship. When they brought together these hubs of culture for the data collection of identifying barriers and opportunities, they were reflecting the systemic needs, realities, and addressing the systemic problems. They were implementing reforms, implementing policing standards, and community support. They were recognizing Black excellence and supporting Black healing. Those are the heroic contributions which led to these manifestos, the CWBA, the NOI, and what we want, what we demand. They had a slogan for this manifesto, and this slogan was, all roads must lead to revolution. Unite with whoever you can unite. Neutralize wherever possible. Fight your enemies relentlessly. Victory to the people, life and good health to all mankind. Resistance to the domination of the white Christian churches and Jewish synagogues, and revolutionary Black power. We shall win without a doubt. Now in this installment number 3, we're bringing what we must do. Not just the men or what others must do, but what we must do as Black people. It was written in the Black Manifesto that in order to win our demands, we are aware that we will have to have massive support. And therefore, we call upon all Black people to consider themselves members of this National Black Economic and Development Conference and act in unity to help force these white Christian churches and Jewish synagogues to implement these demands. Number 2, we call upon all concerned Black people to contact Black workers, Black women, Black students, the Black unemployed, the community groups, the welfare organizations, the teaching organizations, the church leaders and organizations, and explain how these demands are vital to the Black community, to pressure by whatever means necessary should be applied to the white power structure of the racist white Christian churches and synagogues, and all Black people should act boldly in confronting our white oppressor and demanding this modest reparations of $15 per person. Number 3, delegates and members of the National Black Economic Development Conference are urged to call press conferences in the cities in an attempt to get as many Black organizations as possible to support. The quick use of the press in local areas will heighten the tension of these demands that we hope to win in a short time, but we are prepared for the long struggle. Number 4, we call for the total disruption of selected Black-sponsored agencies, operations anywhere in the world. Black workers, Black women, Black students, and the unemployed are encouraged to seize the offices, seize the telephones, the printing apparatus of all church-sponsored agencies, and to hold these in trusteeship until our demands are met. Number 5 is to stage sit-in demonstrations at select Black and white churches. This is not to be interpreted as a continuation of the sit-in movements of the early 60s, but we know that active confrontation inside white churches is possible and will strengthen the possibility of meeting our demands. Such confrontation can take the form of reading the Black Manifesto instead of a sermon, or passing it out to our church members. Now, the principle of self-defense should be applied if attacked. Number 6 is on May 4th, 1969, or a date thereafter, depending on the local conditions, we call on Black people to commence this disruption and to start. Those are the first 6 points of what we must do. To consider yourselves members of this National Black Economic Conference and the demands. To call upon all Black people around you, near you, and next to you in your organizations. To have press conferences in the cities which you're at, so we can bring attention to what these demands are and frame it and not get it twisted on what we're actually saying. Call for total disruption, to sit in, and to hold in trusteeship, so we are listened to, so our voice is heard. And of course, number 6 is what you'll hear this, start now. This is what we must be doing as Black folks. This is the Black Manifesto. Babalu I Nu Shabazz Allah, the Black Rose Nation. Saying when we look back at these past contracts, these past research projects, these past systemic racism intervention studies, group gatherings. I mean, we have government and organizations that have been doing this since the dawn of time. And we also have FUBU, BUFU, us doing it for us, by us, saying what it is we need. Like last year, CWBA, the Black Manifesto, the NOI with their demands of what we want, what we need to have, the beliefs. Let's not rebuild the wheel, people. All right? Honor our elders. Because they're going to bring together that full cipher from these things so that the arm, leg, arm, and supreme head can have the foundation, hold the essence, manifestation of the knowledge in a way to express it so it can be born into existence, to give a clear mental picture, to equip us with insight and eyesight so it can be a composite of our principles and values which are sacred. And we're going to use this force of influence so that all have access to truth, so all have access to this power. In the best interest of the whole, true knowledge to show our children that we are conduits of this God, to add on to life and to take that which is untrue and add light, man or woman, to bring into existence life. This is Baba Luai Nu Shabbat Allah, the Black Rose Nation. Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe. You know, we like to hold it down up here being black in Canada, you know. Slippery slopes, snowy days. But I'm like, hey, there's always a skinny pedal to relieve your stress. For those of us out here stressed in this world in which we're living, I like to say, thanks for being you, black people everywhere. Remember, one love. Uh-oh. There it is, the rev limiter, baby! Maritime love song! There it is.